I'm gonna talk about a quick issue about the military. Military have been hurting for people, for recruits, for some years now, for a few years. They have bumped up the acceptance rate from about 46, 50% to 72%. I think they did that in 2022, 2021. But they still missed their goal of recruits, about 41,000 soldiers. 25,000, I think the year before that, 25,000 soldiers. But anyway, my thing on this is they talk about how they're hurting for soldiers, yet they're kicking out soldiers for little or nothing. They kicked out 8,500 soldiers for not taking that, right? I was one of the ones that were that was in the hot seat. I was in the hot seat because I denied it. I went the religious route, and I have a whole case of supportive documents, scriptures, everything of why I had conviction, and it was a genuine, true conviction. And I didn't get it, but I didn't get kicked out. I fought it. I appealed the denial, and then eventually we got it rescinded by fighting hard, and not even just, I guess we fought for those who were wrongfully discharged, and for those who still stayed in and didn't get it. Yes, we fought, but I don't think they were expecting as much pushback as they got on it. And that was a fraction of the soldiers who in their heart didn't want it. There were tons who did not fight back, but who did not want it at all. But because you give them an ultimatum, you put them in this position where, okay, I've been in the Army for 15 years. I got a wife, I got a family to support, and I got 4 or 5 more years, and I got a paycheck for the rest of my life every month, through retirement. You put soldiers in that type of situation. Of course, a lot of them not going to fight back, but at the time it was just me, and I felt like I was fighting on behalf of those who couldn't, as well as myself. We had to go through a lot of interviews to make sure that our choice to not get it was sincere and everything. And one of the majors from the brigade I was in interviewed me, and he told me to my face that he wishes there were more soldiers like myself, because it showed that soldiers like us had a moral compass, and we weren't just robots, zombies, that we had conviction and that we were willing to fight against something. The soldiers that are being recruited, they bring the bar down here to meet people where they are. That does not bring out greatness. That does not produce the best of the best. That does not produce the best out of that individual. When you take the finish line of the race back to where you see they're starting to fall out. When you do that, first off, I'm not naming countries, but if you have an underdog country who's fighting like crazy, and you're sitting on this throne because you won the last World War, you over here thinking that you big top dog. That's how champions get defeated. Because they get comfortable. Good is the enemy of great, and when you already got number one once, that you think is automatically yours, so you got to keep fighting like the underdog. So the other people still not even underdogs. While second, third, fourth place are fighting hard because they were so close to first, and first just chilling. That's how you get caught up. When I first got in, I was like, there's no way that this is it. And then the job that I had, when I first got to my unit and my first base, and I started looking at all these people, I'm like, there's no way, there's gotta be an A team. We must be C team. But no, it was us. Like, these are the people that are defending, and fighting and all this and stuff. And I had no confidence. good people, but it's a certain mentality that you got to have, and it just wasn't there. It's not there, and a lot of it is leadership. A lot of it is your own self. But the thing is you bringing in kids and you're not giving them any kind of direction, and you're not the higher ups aren't. They don't have that pure accountability, because a lot of the soldiers, because they got the rank, but they really stupid. And I'm just being direct. They're dumb, and they have the rank. And I'm anything I'm saying on this video, I've told to probably the highest rank you can think of. A previous Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael Grinston, generals, whatever. So anything I'm saying, I am in no way acting like the chihuahua that's barking at the gate, but when you open it, they ain't gonna do nothing. I'm the same all the time, no matter who I'm in front of. All you gotta do to be a leader in the military, get first sergeant, whatever, is just stay in, just re-enlist, and pass a PT test. You don't even have to be intelligent, you don't have to be smart, you don't even have to have good social skills or leadership skills. You just have to be able to cite a book, run around the track a few times, and keep signing your name on the dotted line for more years. That the programs they even have for leadership and resiliency and all that stuff, it's just stuff to check a box off the list. That's all it is. So the military is hurting because of itself. It's self-sabotaging, it's self-inflicted wounds, and I've had a great time in it. I love it. It's what you make out of it for sure, but I'm not gonna let me making the most out of a bad situation cover up the bad situation. The military is full of creeps, racism, sexism, sexual assault. I have stories after stories, and I genuinely feel like God gave me a crash course in this enlistment, because I'm somebody who is willing to fight against it, speak up about it, and I don't think he wanted me to give all my best years to it. But he needed me to know, because the whole reason I joined is because I got peace from God. That's just plain and simple. That's been like that from the beginning. I did not even have military in my mind 2 weeks before I was doing this. I was chilling, I had the entertainment, I was pursuing acting, singing and stuff, and God was just like, go join it. And I was like, what? And me and him, I already know why. I found out pretty soon after joining of why he had me do it, but the obedience was the important part. But yes, the things that you see, that I Am Vanessa Guillen on Netflix, if you haven't watched it, please watch it. That does not just happen at one base. Things like that happen across all the bases, Fort Hood, now Fort Cavazos. Like, that changes what happened on the inside. They just got the coverage. But things like that happen on majority of the bases quite frequently and are covered up. I've seen it firsthand multiple times. That's why I say it's pure accountability, and people are cowards, and people are wicked, and not everybody has this experience. Not everybody knows about these experiences, but I will say you are close. If you don't know about this, if you think this is far from what you've experienced in the military so far, it was right under your nose, or you chose to ignore it, to ignore the signs. I have much sympathy for this country. I have much sympathy for this military, because the bottom line is this country has not done too well with pleasing God. Just has not. It was started by blaspheming God. It was started by doing wicked things to other human beings. and consistently continue to do that. From the first person that stepped onto this land from over yonder. Even the military itself. The military did not allow everybody in, even though they forced them to fight in different wars, still weren't allowed to come in as an equal. Forced to go overseas fighting strangers, come back treated like dirt. You know, it's crazy. This draft that they talking about. Look, man, if you ain't got right with God, I highly suggest you do. I urge you to get into that word, read and pray, because it's not getting better. God's wrath is definitely coming. I'm not trying to be like that person in the street that's waving signs and yelling at you in riddles, but I'm being completely honest. Like, God's wrath is coming. It's all in the Bible. Prophecy is being fulfilled, and you don't even need that to see. Like, yeah, a lot of us believers who really about that life in the Bible and everything, you know, we've seen signs like this for a very long time, but now it's clear. If you don't see it, if you don't embrace it and acknowledge it now, you're choosing to be dumb. It's not ignorance anymore. Ignorance is not knowing. Stupidity is knowing but choosing to ignore it. So now you're in the realm of stupidity. You're not ignorant anymore. I mean, look at the country, bro. They have been telling you to make other people your enemies, even though they have not done anything wrong to you. They have been telling you to look at the wrong of this person while they wrong you. Okay? Other countries ain't robbing us out of our money. Other countries aren't killing our people in the streets. Other countries are not robbing our children, kidnapping our children, despite what they tell you in the media. There's a reason for the term inside job. No matter what they tell you, I want y'all to watch. You know what? I'm done. I'm not gonna do it. Because it takes me. I really be trying to hold back, because I can go on and talk for hours about this, because it's real life. Okay, it's really happening. Y'all are living in a fake reality. The military is a fake reality. The world that we are being told and shown on the news is a fake reality. It's not what's actually happening. It's not reality. It is a game. Just like how they tell you in the military, play the game, play the game. I tell them all the time, I'm not playing no game. I've said that since I was a fuzzy. I'm not playing no game. If I gotta be fake or pretend or turn a blind eye and deaf ear to something that's wrong for success or for extra $100 a paycheck, I'm good. Let me be. I did not join for the money. I'm not gonna stay for the money. I'm not gonna pretend or be wicked or cowardly for the money. So I'm telling them, y'all, please get right with God. There's countries telling the truth, and we're being told to see them as enemies. And this country has done nothing but lie. This country has done nothing but favored one group of people from the conception. This country has done nothing but clear out the original inhabitants and create its own story to favor one group of people. Okay? It is not going to change. There's a write-up in the Army Times. I dare you to go look it up. Go Google it. If you heard about, first off, there's some people who might not have heard about the decline of the recruits. But if you have heard about the decline of the recruits, you're thinking, oh no, people aren't enlisting. People aren't signing up to join the military. They're not actually terrified of just people not joining. That's not where their panic is. If you look at the Army Times, they specifically say that they are seeing a significant decline in white males. That is where their panic lies. They're getting tons of recruits from Guam, Samoa, Puerto Rico. They getting tons of Mexican recruits, African American recruits. You know what I'm saying? Of course they're missing the numbers still, but that's not where their panic actually is. Their panic is because if you look, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna stop. I love y'all. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I'm not trying to make it too controversial too soon, because we gonna get there. I promise you we're gonna get there. But please do your research. Understand God is not a dishonest God. God is not a God of confusion. It might be one nation under God, but it ain't one nation serving God. You dig? So I'm gonna leave y'all with that. All right, love y'all. Again, like always, God loves y'all more. Yeshua loves y'all more.